think that if you don't have any banking experience, then you cannot get successful in this career. Do you agree with that?
A lot of potential for those people who are kind of adventure seekers.
You must pass an exam that is called limited insolvency exam.
So don't expect that even many of the professionals think that okay, this exam we can go and we can crack. It is not so. I'm happy to know that the court appreciated the unbiased view taken by us.
One more thing, आपको क्या लगता है सर कि जो financial creditors हैं, they are influencing this process?
They would try to influence the process. So it is nothing. I don't feel there is nothing wrong.
IPs को out of pocket expense करना पड़ता है और उनको उनकी फीस टाइम पे नहीं मिलती है.
कोई एक असाइनमेंट में हो ही सकता है किसी को पैसे नहीं मिले होंगे, पॉसिबल है.
क्या सजेस्ट करेंगे कि ऐसी कौन सी मिस्टेक्स हैं जो यंग प्रोफेशनल्स जो रिसेंटली पास्ड आउट हैं उन्हें नहीं करनी चाहिए? Namaskar, I am your host Karishma Rastogi, manager of Insolvency Professional Agency of Institute of Cost Accountants of India. Welcomes you all to the second podcast series of Insolvency Professionals. Today we have with us Mr. Harshad Deshpande, who is CMA, CS, Insolvency Professional, Registered Valuer. Moreover, he is also a Central Council member of Institute of Cost Accountants of India. So we welcome you, sir, to our podcast series.
Thank you.
Most welcome, sir. In today's discussion, we will explore his career path, look into the practical aspects of the insolvency professional, and learn from his real-world experiences in this field. Welcome, sir. So, my first question to you is, what motivated you to choose this career?
I started as a cost accountant. I qualified in 2003. Thereafter, I was pursuing my career into audit. Frankly speaking, I didn't had a experience about the banking or insolvency as such. So when this new law came in 2016, so I thought to pursue this new career because see, insolvency is a new domain in India. But outside India, especially developed countries, there is a insolvency professionals. And if you look at the one of the top professionals of that countries, you will rank this insolvencies amongst top 5. So it is one of the very noble and well recognized profession outside the world, especially in all the globe and developed nations. And that is the reason I thought there is something in this. And since the law is new, I took the chance for appearing for the examination. And I successfully could complete it, and that was my beginning into the insolvency domain.
So, thank you. Actually, my first question from you was this, just because I want to know that we have started this series of insolvency professionals where we are encouraging and developing. We are trying to develop this profession among the CMAs and the other professionals. So, my first question from you was this: what motivated you? Mm-hmm. So, it was because I want people to know that why it is important or why it is you should choose this career. अभी हम लोगों की फर्स्ट एपिसोड जो था उसमें मिस पूजा भारी was there and she also gave the same answer and she is also one of the leading insolvency professional, and Mr. Harshad Deshpande, we all know his name. He is also a very versatile professional in this field. He has handled almost 16 assignments. So he told you why you should go for this career. There is one more question. People think that if you don't have any banking experience, then you cannot get successful in this career. Do you agree with that?
I differ with the example, my own example. As I said that I had not worked any experience in banking, neither in auditing in banking. So it is not that banking experience is required. You can acquire. The good part of the insolvency regime is that if you don't have any skills, you can additionally acquire. You can seek the expert advice. In that sense, what I suggest is that what is more important. I think you asked me this question. So what I feel that this is something motivating is the challenge. Okay. Now you look at the other streams, especially auditing or any tax or any accounting practice. You see that the lack part is a challenge. Okay.
Yes.
So in insolvency, I feel that there is a lot of potential for those people who are kind of adventure seekers. And this is the area I feel that you get a lot of respect and a lot of blessings from the people. Okay, because being an insolvency professional now, if you are handling a case, for example, I'm handling a home buyer's case. There are hundreds, maybe thousands of home buyers whose monies has been stuck into
Yes.
these projects. And if you do something positive for them, we call it as unknown blessings. So this do come to us, and you can feel a sense of happiness in it. So I feel that since our nation is locked up in certain stressed assets, it was a very big amount of chunk of assets. Now gradually it has going down. But in that process, if you could contribute something, I think that is something I feel that is a kind of a motivation which leads me to continue in this profession.
Yeah, true. If a person is not having a banking experience, then also he can be an insolvency professional.
Very
There
well,
are the main eligibility criteria of being an insolvency professional is to be a CMA, CS, CA, as I also told you in the last previous podcast series, episode number 1. Only 10 years of experience as CMA, CS, CA, or 10 years of managerial experience, or a person can also have 10 years of practice as an advocate. Then he is eligible for becoming an insolvency professional. There is 2 more things. That is, if a person is not having managerial experience of 10 years and he is not postgraduate, he is only graduate, then he can have 15 years of managerial experience. He can also become an insolvency professional. And there is one more scope for the young professionals, that is graduate insolvency program. That is like introduced by IBBI. And then a person who is like young, who has recently passed out CMA, CS, CA, advocate, so they can pursue for this residential course, which is postgraduate insolvency program, and then he or she can become insolvency professional. And for the becoming IP, you must pass an exam that is called limited insolvency exam, which sir can explain you better that what is this exam, and what kind of questions does this exam have, what is the passing criteria. I request sir to please put a light on this.
Yeah, definitely. But let me share my experience. It's a tough examination. I also qualified this at maybe 8th or 9th attempt.
Yes.
So don't expect that, even
Yes.
many of the professionals think that, okay, this exam we can go and we can crack. It is not so. It took me also a lot of time. In fact, I have also done one webinar on it, that how to pass the examination.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of learning that you have to have a not only good understanding of the law, but also you have to practice a lot of case laws and practical real life experiences from the various ongoing cases that is a help to you. So it requires a lot of application of the knowledge. Okay, so in order to that, you have to prepare it, and also you have to have a good strategy to pass the examination. That because there is negative marking. So I do recollect that I have failed 2 times with the score of 59.75. So it was very hard for me. So I think perhaps that is the reason that I can answer it better, because I have seen the failure many times. So I wish that all of you would not see as many attempts as I took. But
Yeah.
nevertheless, once you are done, then it's a different world out there.
Yes. Passing percentage is very low in this exam. So hats off, sir. You have cleared this exam. It's like
I was the one of
you
the
are
early pass
Yes,
this
yes,
thing. So
yes.
now the exams every
Year it
year
is,
and getting
yeah,
tougher and
evolving.
tougher.
Yes,
Syllabus
yes,
is
yes.
changing, and so that is the reason I will urge that those who want to enter the insolvency domain pass this exam as early as possible. That
Yeah.
is the best way to do it.
So you are handling 16 cases. Do you want to put some light on some landmark cases which have gained some judgments, landmark judgments?
Yeah, there are many. In fact, I have handled series of different cases, including EPC companies, or it could be real estate matters, or it could be engineering company. So different industries I have handled. So there are different experiences. The good part of my assignment is that most of them either have been resolutions or withdrawal, or it's a positive outcome. So that way my scorecard is better, and that is what perhaps gives you a kind of instinct to do it better. Insolvency, as you are aware that there are two types. One is that CRP and second is the liquidation.
Yes.
So I am more focused on the CRP matters.
CRP.
So I feel that there is a lot of challenge involved in executing such assignments, and also at the same time it gives a value enhancement to not only you, the country or the banking industry, but to yourself also. You can do a very good career. It's a challenging but equally rewarding job, I feel. So my cases, there are 3-4 cases wherein there were some judgments wherein the it is being taken as a landmark judgments. So one of that was in case of one of our CD, wherein the resolutions plans, there was a receipt of the resolution plans beyond the stipulated time. So just a matter of it was a matter of few hours, but we stood with the process. We said that since as a RP, it is my duty to adhere to the process, and thereafter the matters went to the appellate tribunal, and of course in in Supreme Court also. And I'm happy to know that the court appreciated the unbiased view taken by us, and they said that once the process has been laid down by the COC, the RP will strictly abide with it. And even though there could be a dilemma in respect to the value maximization versus the adhering to a time limit, so in that case, as RP, we delivered what was written in the law. And this, even though value maximization, because that creates a assignment unending. You can always say better. Yes. So there has to be a time limit, which is the essence of the IBC. And we stood by firm in that, and we are lucky and that way successful to have that the decision in our favor. So that was that settled the time limit issue. I feel that is one thing. Then initially also this 12A, when it was newly there, so there was no provision that the applicant only can withdraw it. So in this case, I was the one who got the first decisions, wherein the other than applicants, that is the FC, could before constitution of COC could get it. So these are the two. There are so many out of that still ongoing. There are some good big real estate cases wherein we are handling, but so far so good. I mean, once you stay with the law, you follow the rules regulations, not only in letter but spirit. That is, I feel that many times there is a dilemma. So if you follow, I feel that you have to go back and just read out the preamble and the purpose of this law. Then the objects, I feel that it's more clear. That gives us a kind of unbiased and very confident lookout how to handle the assignments.
Yeah, true. So in this way, that I saw that most of the assignments you are IRP also and RP also. So it's really appreciating to see that you are handling 16 cases and many roles. I would not say only 16 cases because the number of cases increases as you are playing different roles in a single assignment. So it is
that's good, why that assignment also doesn't count other this thing as once you can. In some of the assignments, we are working as a process advisors. Some of the assignments, we are working as an authorized representative of the home buyers. So this assignment doesn't count, so it will be more than 25 odd.
Nice. Achha, tell me one thing, sir. You are CMA also. So what do you think, how CMAs can contribute towards the insolvency domain under IBC?
I feel that being a CMA, or for that matter, I will also take me with other auditing professionals. So what we do have is that not only the command over the finance stream, but also a little bit about the operations. Okay, so I will tell you one more one of my case wherein this company was into a CRP, and for 2 years I run the factory because there was a stay on the some constitution of COC. So the direction was IRP to run the keep it as a going concern. So in that case, we handled this operations for 2 years. And believe me that this owners, rather the corporate directors, their management, they said that we are doing better in insolvency. That is because of the discipline that we learned in the cost and management accounting. That is how
Yeah.
financial discipline makes
True.
it's a better organized way.
Yeah, and the term itself says cost and management accountant. So it is about the costing also and managing also. And what insolvency domain needs is managing the corporate debtor.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
So strategically, you have to see the operations, that okay, what are the bottlenecks, what are the issues, and if you apply it a very scientific approach, you can better the operations. And once the operations are there, there is a cash. The
Yes.
problems get eased away.
Yes, yes. Okay. That's nice to see that CMAs are growing and CMAs are CMA like you are on this job to promote the profession of CMAs also and insolvency also. So it is really motivating to see you like this.
Thank you.
So my next question from you is, sir, what do you think that insolvency profession in this field, insolvency profession, we have a code of conduct for insolvency professionals, but we do not have any code of conduct for the committee of creditors. So, do you want to say something about this? Have you faced any challenges from the side of committee of creditors?
Yes, to be honest, yes, there is a challenge because there are certain restrictions. As a RP, we are given certain roles and responsibility, but to carry out the roles and responsibility, you also need certain cooperations from the committee of creditors, especially financial creditors. So there are so many cases wherein you find some issues and you go back to COC, and if you don't get any decision, many times this interim finance or the contributions, timely payment of the contribution, that becomes an issue, because if you have to keep CE as a going concern or even to run the process, you have to incur certain expenditures, and there
Right.
wherein we expect a cooperations from the financial creditors. Generally they do give us, but in case it doesn't happen, so that becomes a real very I will put it bottleneck, and you get stuck. So in that case, there was a concept, there was a code of conduct which was proposed to be done by the by
Yes,
VBA,
yes.
but it is still not, I will say that, enforced in the letter and spirit, and that is why perhaps there is IPs also feel a little bit insecure that once that comfort is there from the regulatory body, it will give, in fact, in that will give a better boost to the insolvency domain, and the RP will be in more neutral, and more he can do a better value maximization as well as run the process in a timely manner.
So, there is, you told us about this code of conduct for committee of creditors. One more thing, आपको क्या लगता है सर कि जो financial creditors हैं, they are influencing this process?
इन्फ्लुएंसिंग, मैं कहूँगा कि इन्फ्लुएंसिंग तो करेगा ही, क्योंकि देयर स्टेक्स आर इन्वॉल्व. सी, क्या है कि उनके कमर्शियल स्टेक्स है, दे हैव इन्वेस्टेड द मनी, it could be their own money or borrowed money, but either ways they are accountable for that. So they will be definitely having an interest in driving this process to maximize their the recovery or the outcome of that process. So that way they are definitely would be interested, and in that sense definitely they would try to influence the process. So it is nothing, I don't feel there is nothing wrong so far as it is linked to the value maximization and the timely execution. At the same time, as a RP, I feel that you are into because it is not, if it is a single COC or one or two lenders are there, it will be easy. When it is a mix of different stakeholders with different objectives, so in that case it's your duty to identify that which of that interest and how much it is in the overall interest of the process and all the stakeholders. So that is how you have to balance. So you will be under pressure, you will be
Yes.
surrounded by such interest.
Yes.
So it is you that you have to decide
Yes.
which one is the good influence
Yes.
and which one
Yes.
is not good.
RPs have to work independently, and it is like they cannot work under the pressure of the creditors. So, do you want to give some advice on this to the insolvency professionals, how they can deal with such situations?
These situations do come often that when there are multiple creators, in that case, every creator will have the expectations and they will act on it, and they also would like you to act on it. So in that case, it's very important that sometime to say no. Okay, so some things you can do, you can say yes, but some things which are beyond the framework of IBC, beyond the laws and regulations, then in that case you have to strictly say no, to that. So once you are clear about that, okay, this is something I cannot do, then I think you are a much relieved person. So that is why, when people ask me that, how
Right.
you are not having any stress, because we are clear what we can do and what we cannot do. So this is how you have to find out, and this is how you have to separate out what would be how you will respond as a RP.
Yes, nice. One more question, that it is a time-bound process. So if a person is unable to complete his assignment in a time-bound process, what do you think, how they have to respond to IBBI, IPA, and in what way they can complete the process in a timely manner?
There is a timelines, and many times what I feel that as a RP, you are constrained are such that doesn't allow you to finish in timeline. No RP or no financial creator or no COC member will allow the process to just run on without any nothing going on. So it's because it will be having a cost. So there are certain constraints. Now how to handle the constraints, it's I feel that the best way is the transparency. Okay, you maintain a transparency, you disclose to the committee that what are the reasons which are the dealing. There are reasons, there are certain I will put it, the reasons which are beyond your control.
Yeah.
Certain things could be in your control. So what is in your control, you can definitely improvise and try to expedite. But whatever is not in your control, the best way is the disclosure and transparency. You disclose to the COC members,
Yes.
you disclose to the stakeholders that what is going on and what is the reason. So at least they will appreciate that the timely information is given and where the water is stuck. If they are knowing, then automatically the things will be pushed on to remove that blockage.
Yeah, true. Okay, there is a term, creditor initiated CIRP, which is recently into the limelight. So, do you want to say something on this?
So now that new IBC law, new is it's coming. So there is a proposed amendments wherein this creator initiated CRP is also one of the recommendations. So that is well practiced in these Western countries. So it's coming up. So that perhaps that will be a kind of improvement into the current CRP process. So as of now, this new law is under construction, and there is a select committee which is going to review the law, and it is going to give recommendations. So it is the concept wise, it's well practiced in West, as I said, but let us see that if it comes, then perhaps it will be the right time to this thing. It will be a bit early to
comment on this, right? True. So there are recently some changes were there in the reporting pattern of IBBI and IPA.
Yes.
Earlier there were dual reporting system. Now it is simplified, and RPs are, I think, they are relieved now.
I would say not simplified, it is integrated.
Yes, integrated also, but most of the forms are now removed from.
Forms are removed, but as I said, that same information context you have to put in some other form. But one part is that redundancy is being removed, and you have at least a kind of a single reporting system, which is a welcome step. In fact, we as a IP community was always advocating about that. We don't mind giving all the details about this process, but provided if it is into a single stream of reporting, that is easy, and that is what is being done. So thanks to both IPA and IBBI.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, reporting, if we talked about reporting also, there is one more thing, that inspection and investigation. It is a part which is played by IBBI and IPA. What do you think? It is important? There should be this kind of system in this field?
It should be there. There is nothing wrong. The words inspection or investigation perhaps always taken negatively, as something wrong has happened. There is nothing. I feel that there is nothing wrong. I am myself being to subject to inspections and investigation, and I don't. I openly say that it is so. It is nothing wrong that if there is a question, because this lot of stakeholders, big stakes are there in the process. So if any aggrieved party approaches IBBI or IPA, so it is their duty to see to it that is there any merit. So that is the reason that the IPA or IBBI orders any inspection or investigations. So I don't find that there is anything wrong in having the inspection or investigation. It is up to the IP that how you take it. So
Yes.
you give the all. If you have done your good part, if you have done the best of the efforts, if you have followed the law in its letter and spirit, then there is nothing to you worried about.
Worry about, right.
And I feel that even though sometimes there is a kind of perception that it's a very not a it's a kind of harassment. I will put it that it is not like so. At least my experience with this inspections and this investigations has been good. You give if there is something in addition to the documents that you want to give, you want to give explanation. They give you opportunity, and fair chance is given, and thereafter they prepare their report. So I feel that there is not to be so negative about the inspections and
investigations. True. My next question from you is that there is a mindset in the in the minds of people that the fees which is given to IPs is very less. So do you want to put some light or explain it better that what is the fees of insolvency professionals minimum? How much do they earn? Is there any kind of regulation which is under prescribed by IBBI? So do you want to discuss about this, please?
Yes, definitely. Once somebody would like to be in the profession, it's very important that they should also understand the money aspect out of it. As far as the this IBC is concerned, mainly two processes. That is the one, the CIRP, and second one is the liquidation. So in liquidations, you have the fee structure which is based on the realization. So that is there, which is mentioned in the regulation itself. But that is not mandatory, that the committee of creditors or stakeholders committee can decide upon the remunerations which can be different than that. So that is the option which is available in the liquidations. As come to CRP, so this IBB has prescribed a minimum fees.
Yes.
Okay, so it starts with 1 lakh rupees a month for the assignments up to 50 crores. Thereafter, it's there is a slabs 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs. So this is the minimum fees. So if any CRP assignments you are undertaking, so this is what has been guaranteed minimum by the IBBA. So below that, the fees, if any IP is taken, he is not following the code of conduct, so he will be subject to action. So this is what the minimum is being laid down. Of course, this is the minimum laid down. So you can always maximizing. You can if you can give a better value, better improvement in the recovery of the creditors, definitely they offer you much better. And there are different kind of norms or different kind of remuneration structures which are coming, which are also, there are certain incentives.
Yes, I was
that
going
is also
to come
there.
on that.
So
Yes.
if you are completing this process in timely manner, there is incentive for the IPs. If you are completing, if you are enhancing the value, if you are getting a better than the liquidation value in the resolution plans, then there is an incentive which can be very well be earned. And apart from that, this is the minimum incentives or minimum this thing. So over and above, you can always negotiate with the financial creditor. So it is about the creating a win-win. Suppose if you give a better performance, better kind of recoveries to the financial creditors, they are ready to pay you better. So it's up to you to maximize the value in form of bringing some good investors, or turn around the assets, or turn around the existing the different liabilities what has been created, make a business viable and feasible, and that is how you can enhance the value. And in that process you also will gain in order by way of your improving your remuneration. So this is how it goes. And I feel that once you have done the good results, then the assignments do keep coming to you. That's what is happening to me also.
अच्छा, एक लोगों के माइंड में एक छोटा सा मैं कहूँगी कि कंफ्यूजन रहता है कि कंफ्यूजन नहीं, मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग है दैट आईपीएस को आउट ऑफ पॉकेट एक्सपेंस करना पड़ता है और उनको उनकी फीस टाइम पे नहीं मिलती है. क्या सच है ये, और ऐसा क्यों मार्केट में इन यूज क्यों?
हाँ, तो क्या है कि यस, ये प्रॉब्लम पहले तो बहुत ज़्यादा था कि आउट ऑफ पॉकेट, क्योंकि क्या कुछ खर्चे होते हैं. जैसे आप आईआर पे अपॉइंट हो गए तो यू हैव टू हैव दैट पब्लिक नोटिस, जो एक आपको कोई मीडिया एजेंसी से थ्रू करानी है. सो दैट इनकर्स अ कॉस्ट. So at the time you have to spend from your pocket also. This becomes a part of the CRP cost and which becomes a top priority. But as of now, there are certain pocket expenses, out of pocket expenses that you might have to incur, which will be reimbursed to you subsequent post subsequent ratification or the contribution by COC. Most of the NCLT orders nowadays are giving some deposit to be let down with the IRP to incurred expenditure. So that has given a kind of a cushion that earlier, when this was not there, that time that out of pocket expenses was more. Now with this little bit of advance coming, that you can spend from that fund, and thereafter whatever left out you can pursue from the creators. So that is how. About the fees received on time, that remains a challenge. Okay, many times these fees are getting accumulated for the number of times. There is sometime delay in getting the contributions from the financial creators and other COC members. In many cases there are home buyers, so it's very difficult to get the money from them. So that becomes a challenge. So that way your fees do get stuck if that contributions are not coming. But if it is going concern, you can run the business, and that could be a source of income, that could be a source of revenue or cash flow, which can be very well spent for the running of the process. In some cases this do happens, and as a professional, I think this also happens in other cases, like suppose audit and this thing, there is a
राइट.
ये तो होता ही है.
अनसर्टेनिटी तो सारे प्रोफेशंस में ही है, ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ इस प्रोफेशन में है.
हाँ.
सो फीस की अगर हम बात करें तो इट इज अ प्रोसेस जो मतलब टाइमली चल रहा है, और वी हैव टू रिजॉल्व असाइनमेंट. सो थोड़ा बहुत डिले अगर होता है दैट इज ओके, बट ऐसा नहीं होता कि कभी आईपीएस को फीस मिली ही ना. They get the fees. Sometimes it is late, but it is not all the time. Correct. Which like I have learned from the IPs.
करेक्ट. तो क्या होता है कि थोड़ा सा हम बोलते हैं रूमर्स होता है कि अरे कोई एक असाइनमेंट में हो ही सकता है किसी को पैसे नहीं मिले होंगे, पॉसिबल है. तो दैट डजंट मीन दैट कि सब असाइनमेंट में ऐसा होता है. ऐसा. और मैं कहूँगा कि अगर कोई ये मतलब एनीबॉडी वुड लाइक टू एंटर इन दिस डोमेन, तो हम जो बोलते हैं कि एक ऑडिट में और अदर इसमें एक साइकिल होती है. सो एक साइकिल आप रन कर लो ना, ऑटोमेटिकली यू विल सी दैट कि सम ऑफ द असाइनमेंट्स यू आर गेटिंग मनी, और कभी कभार फिर ओल्ड ड्यूज भी आते रहते हैं, एंड यू आर रनिंग द शो. सो दैट इज हाउ आई फील दैट a little bit of gestation time is required to settle in this. So once it is done, then I think you will not complain about this.
Yeah, true. So आप sir registered valuer भी हैं. So do you think that your knowledge or your expertise being registered valuer has like contributed towards the IBC also, our insolvency domain also, and in what way?
Yes, being a valuer, it helps in a way that I am in a better position to assess the hidden light in the CD. So with the valuation, in fact, after the insolvency examination, immediately I took the registered valuer examination. It is a good add-on to have the perspective as a valuer also. Only thing is that once you are IP, you cannot do your own valuation. So, but you have a good feel about how the process works. It helps a lot. And also in many cases wherein you are not IP, you can also work as a valuer, and you can give correct value to the stakeholders to take the decisions. So in a way, it's a very good add-on to have it to enhance your the resolution skills, and also to have a better understanding of how the valuation mechanism works. So it helps a lot. I will recommend that if anybody is pursuing that. In fact, if I will also recommend that valuers also shall try to pursue insolvency because they are also having experience in it.
Yeah, true. And that's like this, these two fields are interconnected. What I think, that valuation and insolvency, they play a crucial role in this IBC domain. So, there are young professionals also. So, basically, there is lack of knowledge among the young professionals. They don't know about this IBC, and some people knows about IBC, some students knows about IBC, but they don't know the opportunities under this IBC ecosystem. So, what do you say, sir? Is there opportunities for young professionals also in this field?
Obviously, there will be opportunities and it will be there for a long time. Only thing is that there has to be takers. So, talking about my own experience, as I said that I was novice in this IBC while. So, initially 1 year I also didn't had any assignment. Okay. So, that is absolutely fair that, okay, you cannot expect that once you pass the examination, second day somebody will come and say that, okay, you do this. It is just next to impossible. So, and also as a IP, it's very difficult that without any experience just pass the examination, that will not give you the requisite skills. So kind of a hand holding is required. It is important to work along with some insolvency assignment, either through some IPE, or it could you could be assisting some IP in some cases. So that will give you a requisite experience that will enable you to conduct this process in a very structured and very good way, and that will boost your confidence. Otherwise, many time happens is that just out of I will say that hurriedness, you accept something and then you feel that perhaps it's not working the way you want, and because in IBC there is also risk of litigation. Okay, so if somebody just works for the money, I think he has to give a thought about this. So you have to pursue this as a sacrosanct career.
Yes.
Okay, then no problem. But just pushing it for the money, perhaps I feel that that is a cause which cause this kind of a distress.
So, this was about young professionals. That means the professionals who have recently passed out. Okay. So once they pass out, then they search for a new like assignment. What steps should they take to get the assignment, and how they can network, and what is the, like, again same thing, the process of getting the assignment?
Oh, you are asking me a secret. Okay,
True.
so to my young friends, I will say that there is always something, you get a first job. How you get a first job?
Yeah.
Somebody gets a first assignment, maybe audit
Yes.
assignment or any assignment. So it is the same process here. Okay, so to get the assignment, you have to create first of all a kind of a situation wherein you are in the position to take the assignments. So you have to have a good context. Either it could be who would be a lead generator in this process. It could be a fellow insolvency professionals, your seniors. It could be your colleagues, something like that. Maybe your batchmate in the workshops and this pre examination courses you conduct. So there you could get opportunity. Other professionals, colleagues auditing or other these things. You can also align with the law firms who can give us a kind of a leads that where the assignment lies. So identify potential customers that who will need such services. So once you identify, we have to be in touch. You have to tell them that what is that extra you are bringing which otherwise they don't have. Many times there is a shortage of IPs. To be honest, hardly 5,000 IPs are there. Out of that, AFA is, I think, maybe 2,000 IPs are
Yes.
So out of that, also many of them are not interested to work. So it remains with how many people? Maybe 1,000 odd people that also work in the cluster. So for example, you will have a group of 5 IPs working together. So you are left with not much of the people, maybe 500 odd people maximum. So the competition is not so fierce that way, I will put it.
Right now.
Right now, and it will be. I mean, this is being now 8th year of IBC.
Yes, but the opportunities is also going to increase in the future, na?
Obviously.
Because new emerging domains are there. So the cross-border will come, then group insolvency is there, and PG to CD sometimes in the number of cases will also grow. So there are many fields. So what do you say that once the number of opportunities is going to increase, the number of professionals will also increase?
You have to, because the equilibrium has to be matched. So
Yes.
automatically, if that there is an increase in the assignments, so I find that this ecosystem of IBC, the one good part is that not always that you have to just be IP. You can be a service provider to the IP.
Right,
You know, like there are so many people. Just take an example of this 29A. I know that there are so many professionals who are just doing a 29A, just a one section of the law, and they are making the career. So like that in IBC, there are certain provisions wherein you need such kind of, it could be a valuer, it could be a transaction auditor, it could be even a security agency, or newspaper publication. Everywhere there is an opportunity, provided you find it. So it is up to you that there is a super specialization. So once you become a super specialist in a particular stream, so automatically work will flow on. That is what is my advice to the young people, that okay, just don't be a jack, but be the king of the it need not be entire stuff, but it could be a some limited portion, but that will
Yes.
give you a edge, which will give you assignments. As I said, that be ready not only to just work as a IP, but initially you can take some limited assignments in IBC, in limited spheres of the IBC. It could be help to the IPs, it could be
True.
like that.
So young professionals, हम सब गलतियां करते हैं, मैंने भी की हैं, आप भी करी ही होंगी अपने ड्यूरिंग द प्रोफेशन, और आईपी सारे सब लोग करते हैं. यंग प्रोफेशनल्स, आप अपने एक्सपीरियंस से क्या सजेस्ट करेंगे कि ऐसी कौन सी मिस्टेक्स हैं जो यंग प्रोफेशनल्स जो रिसेंटली पास्ड आउट हैं, या फिर जिन्होंने अभी अभी लिमिटेड एग्जाम क्लियर किया है, उन्हें नहीं करनी चाहिए?
गलतियां दो तरीके की होती है. वन इज द इंटेंशनल एंड सेकंड वन इज द नॉन इंटेंशनल. तो नॉन इंटेंशनल गलतियां तो होती है, सबसे होती है. और क्या है कि आईबीसी में आपको डिसीजन लेना पड़ता है कि यू कैन नॉट जस्ट सिट ऑन द शोर ऑफ द सी एंड जस्ट सी. तो आपको कोई ना कोई तो डिसीजन लेना पड़ता है. एंड सिंस देयर आर मल्टीपल स्टेक होल्डर्स, it could be beneficial to some, it could not be beneficial to others. So that balance that you have to maintain. For that, the test is the test of the law, that are you following the IBC in letter and spirit. That is what is the important thing. So if you follow it, then that doesn't become an intentional mistake.
Right.
Now the question comes that what about the intentional mistakes? So there you have to be careful, that if you know that there is something wrong you are doing, and still you want to do it, so that puts you in a very big risk. So that is something that we should avoid. That as I said in the beginning of the podcast, that once you start saying no to things which perhaps are not in what are doable, so that gives you that kind of a comfort. So sometimes this money motivation is there, so that can drive you to such kind of a mistakes. So once you stay committed to the law, then I find that this chances of this intentional mistakes will get reduced.
Yeah, true. So okay, एक छोटी सी चीज़ें और मुझे आपसे कुछ पूछनी है. For example, there are CMA students, CA students, CS students also. So how do you motivate those people to pursue their career in this field, in IBC? Not as an insolvency professional, but as a support system.
Yes. So वहाँ पे बहुत सारे अपॉर्चुनिटीज है ना. तो जैसे यू कैन वर्क विद द IPEs, जहाँ पे तो कोई रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है, आपको एग्जाम पास होना है. फर्दर एज अ CA, CMA और CS, there is a very good opportunity to make a representation in NCLT and CLT. So for that you did not be IP. So that is also equally good field, wherein I find that there is a lot of potential just making the appearances on behalf of the fellow IPs or your other clients. So that is a very good area wherein you can work. So allied IBC means you can be in the IBC stream without being IP also. So for that, first of all, that the students and those who would like to generally we refer as a young people. I mean young in terms of the experience in IBC. It could be age is just a number. So many people entered this IBC late and they are successful. It is nothing to do with the age. So age in fact adds to the flavor. Age, because this, as you said, that there is a requirement of 10 years or 15 years of experience. Why? Because this field needs that kind of a maturity. Okay, so if you are having age, in fact, that is your advantage. So that is why, people with the gray hair like me, you find that you get a better assignments. So nothing to do with the age, but at the same time, what does matter is your experience in the experience in terms of number of assignments you handle, because more experience you get, more matured you get, more you are aware about more situations, so that will give you immunity to handle the situations in a better way. So that do helps. So that way I will say that this perhaps the non IBC but not IP, so this kind of opportunities are there that they have to explore. And do keep reading these newspaper stories, so that will give you kind of how much the bigger ambit of this insolvency domain is, and there is the opportunity.
Okay. In our CMS syllabus, there is a chapter like session of IBC also. Syllabus we have IBC there. Do you think that only that much is sufficient for the knowledge, or we should increase that also?
That is like a trailer in the movie. So in both CS, CMS, CS, all three examination, there is one portion of IBC it is there.
Yes.
But that is just kind of an introduction. This is a trailer. If you want to see the movie, you have to go for the limited examination.
Yes, limited examination, as well as we also conduct few courses.
Correct.
If they don't want to go for that limited examination, IPS do have the master classes. Correct. And we have the learning sessions. We also conduct webinar series, so they can go for that too.
Correct. I recollect that you organized a few such programs, even for the non-IP people, so that can help them to win IBC.
Yes.
Again, without being IP, that is also possible.
I'm trying my best to spread this knowledge among the CMS students, at least that they should know what is IBC. It is my experience, like I took some interviews of the students, and where I was in need of a few interns and a few assistant managers, executives, but I was not able to find the people who knows about IBC. So it is like they were completely freshers. So it is my urge to the central council members, not insolvency professionals, to please increase the syllabus, and people should know about IBC.
Yeah, I think it's very, very, very essential, because I always say that just like everybody knows GST, everybody knows income tax.
Yes, but IBC,
it's very important to know IBC also, because more or less each one of us has been affected by the IBC.
Yes.
Not directly but indirectly.
True.
Many times there are so many cases where the money has been stuck in the various financial institutions which are into IBC. There has been cases like this DHL and the various banks having so it is important that we should know this not only just as for the purpose of examination, but you have to look in a bigger spectrum, so that it will be this thing. Every individual, every citizen should know actually IBC, because it is going to affect them.
Yeah, true.
You will see in JP case how many thousands of people are struck.
Yes. See,
that is a good example how these people had then been aware about this process.
Yeah,
it would have been better.
Yeah, and that is the reason we all should be aware about the IBC profession. Like home buyers also, they are not aware about what is the process, how they are going to get their money, and how the this process will be resolved. People, you told that GST people are aware, income tax people are aware, but people are not aware about IBC. Even in the news also, there is no news of IBC. It is like 3-4 articles which like it is there weekly, but nothing else. And it should be there that people should know about IBC, because it is a growing field, and it has developed our country also in the terms of ease of doing business. So people should be aware about this.
I'm thankful to you and our MD Narasimhan sir that you
sir.
This podcast will create that kind of awareness, and I think that this is one of the steps to bring that kind of awareness.
True. Like we took few steps to develop this profession. One is the programs which we are conducting pan India, and it is for the professionals, CMA, CS, CA, bankers, and as well as the people who are working with the state bar councils, so advocates, I would say. And the second step which we are taking is this podcast series, because we are sitting here, but this video will go through the whole country or overseas also. So this was
The days are coming. This cross border is coming. Right now, also in a limited way, there is a cross border happening because multiple companies do have assets in India which are under insolvency. Many Indian companies have assets which are located abroad. So right now, that it is going on, but it is not the way it was being. If there is a MOUs coming up which is there in the IBC, so that will enable us. In fact, the professionals from India will be able to practice abroad in the countries wherein there is treaties, and that will be international opportunities for our Indian IPs.
Yes, true. And this is one of the emerging domain in the IBC, so it will soon develop the
and it will remain so. मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ जब तक उधार है तब तक insolvency
ये तो रहेगा सर, ये कभी खत्म नहीं हो सकता.
Other this thing there is a end.
Yes.
There are many times question asked about the tax as a career or audit as a career. बट उसमें कुछ क्वेश्चन मार्क हो सकते हैं, बट जैसे मैंने कहा जब तक उधार है तब तक तो डूबने वाले हैं.
हाँ, बिल्कुल. अच्छा सर, there are 3 IPAs: cost accountants, chartered accountants, company secretary. So how do you shall I ask this question from you? How do you rate our IPA?
So basically I always say that the law allows everybody to choose the IPA. So any professional, he has to choose any of 3. It's equal. There's nothing like who is better or this thing. So what it matters is that the kind of services are being offered to you. So the IPA which is giving you a better services in terms of understanding. Many times what happens now, that services are again equal, but the thing is that when you are in need, that is where I feel that there is a difference. And that way I'm really glad that IPA of ICMAI at least has been doing a good job.
Thank
we
you.
receive a good appreciations from the people, especially those who are in need. What happens is that if it is a straight through process, then there is no much requirement. But if something is stuck and somebody is there to help at that point, that creates a lot of goodwill. And I'm happy that we receive such good feedbacks about the IPA.
Thank you.
All credit goes to you and your team.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So, like being this Institute of Cost Accountants of India, they are our parent organization. They are our parent institute. So they have we are the subsidiary body of our institute. So they have also helped us a lot to grow, and they have given us a lot of opportunities to develop the profession. We are also thankful to our institute for supporting us throughout the journey. So it is really appreciating, and it is really their I would say कि उनका बहुत support रहा है हमें throughout the time. So अच्छा सर, एक छोटा सा लास्ट क्वेश्चन मेरा आपसे रहेगा दैट आपने एक हमारे रेसिडेंशियल प्रोग्राम आपने ज्वाइन किया था, दैट वाज कंडक्टेड इन पौंडीचेरी, एंड क्वेश्चन नहीं है, जस्ट अ कॉन्वर्सेशन. एंड उसके बाद हमने केरला भी किया था, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली शायद आप प्री ऑक्यूपेशन की वजह से आप नहीं आ पाए थे. आप वी आर गोइंग टू कंडक्ट दिस इन शिलोंग इन द मंथ ऑफ फरवरी. सो लाइक आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे? आप आएंगे?
Actually last time I missed it because हम पौंडीचेरी में जब थे, मुझे याद है कि एक अच्छा ग्रुप बना था. वी हैड अ ग्रेट टाइम. आपका प्रोग्राम स्ट्रक्चर तो बहुत ही अच्छा था एंड विथ गुड फैकल्टीज, but what it was giving us is a lot of time to interact. So this I really appreciated. We made a good friends there, and we still are in touch. So
nice.
So that is all because of that the programs and interaction happened in that. So I'm excited that Shillong is a nice place. So good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Again, I will try to get all the friends back there.
Yeah, we thank you, and you supported us also a lot, not only in the Pondicherry event, even in the Kerala event also. So thank you for your support.
My pleasure.
So, sir, I think I have asked my all the questions. Do you want to say something, or do you want to express
I
anything?
just want to thank for all the basically audience that to be with us and to hear it out. So any questions are there, I think you can drop at the comment box, and
Yes,
perhaps
we'll be happy to answer. Yeah.
Karishma or myself, we will try to answer it because it's important to have a clarity that if you have any questions, please write it down, and you ask in the comment box, so it will be easy for us to this thing, and let us be uh, let us open it out, let us not
Yes.
be in a close kind of this thing. I will be happy to answer any questions with complete transparency.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It was wonderful session. So thank you for sharing your expertise
And
and
thank you for this opportunity.
practical
To
wisdom
you,
with all of
it
us.
was a
Thank
pleasure
you.
talking to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, your journey was truly inspiring, and it reflects professionalism, ethics, and integrity. So, thank you very much for being with us. You came all the way from Mumbai just to for this podcast. So, thank you. Thank you on the behalf of Insolvency Professional Agency of Institute of Cost Accountants of India. This was our second episode. Stay tuned for the more episodes. We are going to come up with the like different professionals. They will be here. Learned professionals will come. So thank you once again. Stay tuned. I, Karishma Rastogi, signing off from today's session. Thank you. Goodbye.